What is up, guys? Me, Mythified here, back with another video. Now, today this video is going to be a little different. Today we're going to be looking at Washington State and the downfall, pretty much, of Washington State. Now, I know this might be an early video, because, in the next few years, Washington State might do really good. But, right now, they are a 4-4 team right now. They've had a lot of close games, but they are 1-4 in their conference games, which is one of the worst in school history. They went from last year having an 11-2 record, winning their bowl game, and then go to having right now a 4-4 record, and they had to win out or at least lose a couple more games. They have to win a couple more games, that's what I meant to say, to even make a small bowl game appearance. But last year was their dream season. They had a really good season. You had Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Of course, he left to the NFL, and he's the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but not anymore because they're starting Nick Foles as the time of recording this. But Washington State, last year was a contending season for the playoffs, until it went downhill when they lost to Washington. That was a tough loss. They definitely lose in that matchups against Washington. And last year, they were just such a really good, dominant team all the way around. And now, because they went from a dominant team all the way to just a plain old garbage team now. And I feel bad because I really like this team. They have really good playmakers. But they need to start winning more and more games. And if they want to ever have a shot at the playoffs in the next 2 to 3 years, they need to start recruiting good guys out of high school. I mean, this is a good school, good place to go to. But right now, Washington State's pretty much always going to be below Washington in terms of the state. But, Washington State, I always say this, but last year was their dream season. And they had to do a lot to bring back that effort. And, they used to be such a dominant team. I mean, they really were. I mean, they were averaging around 51 points a game. I mean, this team was so good, and now they're averaging around between 24 to 34 points, which isn't horrible, but it's definitely a downgrade from last year. And besides, they can't even beat teams in their own conference, and that's not going to get you anywhere throughout the Pac-12. I mean, this year there's been a lot of disappointments in the Pac-12, including Washington and also Cal, USC. I mean, Pac-12 has been filled with disappointments this year, and it's pretty much just going to come down to Oregon and Utah in that Pac-12 championship. But, Washington State, I feel like these next couple years, they will start fighting their way back into the mix. But, right now, they really are a team that went from so good, you end up in the top 10, and then going from a team who has the potential to even make the college football playoff the next season, and you're sitting at an average record of 4-4. That's not where you want to be at if you're a Washington State fan or player. They need a lot to go their way in these next few years. Like I said, bring better recruits, better coaching. Obviously, your head coach position's still good, but I mean, you guys know what I mean. But, it's going to take a lot. I mean, a lot. Sorry, my phone glitched there. What I'm trying to say is it's going to take a lot for this team to rebuild and become the team that they were the last couple years, but even do better. The Washington State Cougars, they've always been one of those teams that, you know, they have a good year, then they downgrade the next year. They need to have more winning seasons consecutive, win after win, and they can't even get past teams in the Pac-12 now. I mean, last year they were so dominant in conference games. I mean, they took down Oregon, they took down Cal, USC, I mean, Arizona, Utah. I mean, they were taking down these big teams. I mean, the only Pac-12 team they lost to last year was Washington, and that's when Washington also had a decent season. And, you know, again, this is kind of early because this is only a season after. But whatever happened to Washington State? I mean, they go from a year from 11-2 to a year where you're 4-4 and you're just mid-average tier, and you have a hard time winning conference play games. But again, I feel like this team could still have the potential over the next few years to win a championship. They have the team, they have it all, but they need to start winning games. Of course, start off with your conference games. Those are the most important games. And there's been games where they've been up, and there's also been a lot of games where you've held your opponent to a close game. I mean, they barely lost to, of course, Oregon last week. I mean, Oregon, number 7 in the country, barely escaped Washington State. I think it was like 34-32, 36-34, I don't know. But they barely beat them. So Washington State's able to have close games, but sometimes they even blow games that they should have won, and that's one thing that's not going to get you in the pros. It's not going to get you anywhere as a college football player. And again, Washington State's a good team. They're not horrible, but they have to start winning games that should be won, and they need to get back to their old self like they were last year. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. I'm not forcing you to subscribe. You don't have to. I'm not like one of those people that says, oh, subscribe to this video or this spider will be in your bed tonight. You know that's not going to happen. Well, maybe, but it probably won't. But you guys don't have to subscribe, but it will be nice if you still like the video and maybe post a comment on your thoughts. I love reading you guys' comments. And make sure if there's anything else you want me, like football-wise, to talk about on the channel, make sure you comment down below what you would like me to do. I will be making a Discord pretty soon. And have you guys, you could join it and we could talk football. I know there is this one Gridiron app where you talk about football and all that. I might think about that too. But anyways, guys, this video is about the downfall of Washington State, another glitch, and I'll catch you guys next time in the next video. Peace.